Unlike last video, this is going to be much more serious in terms of the issue with Mr. Saint Tontas and why am I calling him Saint Tontas? Tectone and mr.pokke. Now, this whole issue, I've went through this already live what had happened, and like we're gonna go over as somebody that's a fair and neutral person in this space. I'm gonna go over what Tectone has to say, Tectone's side of the story and stuff like that.
All right. Let's talk about what I need to talk about. I just want to talk about this so people in my Twitter community know, so people in my YouTube chat know, so people in my Twitch chat know, so people in my Discord chat can know, and they can just talk about it. And I don't want to clickbait anybody. I'm just letting you guys know how this is, and I'm not going to stall this out at all. I'm letting you guys know me and Mr. Pokke are not friends. We are not good. We are not cool. And I'm going to be real. I hate that guy's community. Okay? And I'm just being straight up. This is not his community issue. There's an issue that I have with him. There's an issue I have with the people who vehemently watch him throw out crimes and comments. This will not be repaired. This is not ever going to get better. I want you guys to understand that this needs to happen. I'm not good with them. I don't with them. If I see him in real life, we'll be all right. As far as content creators go, I'm good. Me and him just don't work. I've tried. You guys have seen how I've tried for well over a year. I have tried everything, guys. I want to make this very clear.
I mean that is cool, but like to say, I think Tectone do this like I don't understand why Tectone believe that like going on YouTube and degrading your friends while joking about it, seeing you're just joking it out as having somebody's back is not really a good idea. Like, it's very fun to kick a frog down the road as a kid, but though that experience may be good for you, it's not a pleasant experience for the frog. And majority of the time, Tectone will never put himself in the position of the person that is actually dealing with the shit. When Saint does make like why am I talking? When Tectone make inflammatory comments like labeling Mr. Pokke has a Hoyo shell, it's all fun and games for Tectone, but like he's not seeing what happens or the backlash what happens when his stupid ass community decides to just go into that other content creator and just harass them. And Mr. Pokke seems like MTARS seems like any other content creator that went through their phase with Tectone have to end up dealing with the backlash from his community because his community is not going to do the research. They're not going to watch the video. They're just going to come in and spew hate. But Tectone will never see it that way. It already been proven, but you know it is
Here,
what it is.
I'm going to set out the infrastructure. I'm going to tell you why this cannot work, and I'm going to tell you what made me make this decision. Let me tell you why I made this decision first and foremost, so you guys kind of understand it. Mr. Pokke has always liked me a lot more than I've liked him because I understand that he was a fan of mine for a while, and I'm one of the reasons why he wanted to give content creation a shot. Due to that, I have always treated him kinder because when people tell me that, I have a big soft spot for him. When somebody tells me that
So this even makes it worse. Like I can genuinely see it that Mr. Pokke does care for Tectone a lot. And given that fact, Mr. Pokke wouldn't just outright go out and try to do something that is like bad in terms of like Tectone's image. Because even in the time when Tectone and others was saying Mr. Pokke was a hypocrite, Mr. Pokke never really went after Tectone himself. He had more of an issue with the other people in the chat rather than Tectone. Even go in to say that he has no issue with Tectone on multiple occasions. So I don't think from what I'm seeing, and I know I'm doing an M-Tash here, but I don't believe that Mr. Pokke even wants it to be the way it was. I mean, Mr. Pokke didn't even want to react to the video at all. Like, it was just his chat was telling him that you should look at it and see it and stuff like that, and he didn't want to react with it. And then he was trying to explain to his audience, because we watched the full video on stream, like, why he see it the way he see it. He see it like Tectone is trying to make a big issue out of it when it was clearly not the case, which is true. Like, Fab was talking that Mr. Pokey, what you have to subtract about 2 points off what Mr. Pokey rates because he gets emotionally attached any game that he plays. He didn't say he get emotionally attached to Hoyoverse games. He said he get emotionally attached to any game that he plays. If you had watched the video from Fob, and then that Tectone was like turning the video that Fob used into something that it wasn't. He was literally turning it into a video saying that Fob is trying to call Mr. Pokey a Hoyo shell and that everything that he does have to be taken off points because like he's a Hoyo shell, so he's gonna shell for Hoyoverse games. That's what Tectone was trying to make the issue look like when that was not really the case. So the fact that the Mr. Tecton right here is like getting overly offended by it. And look here, the next thing is like if you're deleting the video, it means that you have something to hide. If you have nothing to hide, there is no reason for you to delete the video. So I think that Tectone is well aware of what he's doing, but he just don't want to be held accountable for it, and he wants to paint the picture to his audience that he's a happy go, everything is all right, I do nothing wrong guy, when he clearly do things that will affect people in a negative way, and he never really factor in the fact that how would somebody else feel if I make this type of video on you? Because he does have problems when other people make bad video, negative video on him himself. Like he had problem with it. But it's okay if he does it to other people. That's
Inspiration
nice.
of them, or as an inspiration of them, I have a massive soft spot, right? I do. And I've let too much get under my skin, too much bother me that I haven't talked about. I'm just going to get out of the way and we're good. And once again, if Mr. Poke wants to talk about it, go for it. I don't care. I know everybody who knows me and him knows that I've been nothing but good to this guy. And any issues that we have had, I've always apologized for, and I've always retracted anything. Okay? Mr. Poke made a comment saying that he cares what I do because he respects me so much and that we're really close. We're not. We were never that close. We were cool. It really wasn't like that. We barely talked. I shit you not. We've never even talked more than 10 minutes offline. Right? It was never like that. I liked him. I had respect for him. It was cool to make content with him, and I thought he was nice. But the fact that he's going to hold me to degrees where he also said, I don't mind what Fob said because I like him, and that's okay that he talked to me, but you can't say anything about me because I respect you too much. Mr. Poke gave me a massive debuff. He made my life harder due to the fact that if I say anything, he got horrendously hurt. But if anybody sells anything, he like turns a blind eye. I don't want a friend that I can't hold accountable. And that's just pretty much it. It's too much work. I'm tired of his gay read community, not all of them. I
Oh
want to make
my
that very clear.
god, bro.
There's a lot of normal people who watch Mr. Poke, but Mr. Poke has made it a safe space for too many autistic, dumb in his chat for far too long that call people pet. And I'm just tired of hearing that on the internet.
No. We can't be doing that. Because Saint Tontas did the exact same thing to genocide, call him a pedo, and like everybody was like saying that he was just joking. He was just joking when he literally called him a pedo. And you defended that guy. So
And those same people call me a bad friend. I'm a bad friend. I'm a bad friend. Let me get this right, and I'm going to tell you guys some truths. Let me get this right. So I make Mr. Poke well over 6 figures in ad revenue by getting him into Mythic Talent. I help him quit his job. I mentor him to become a content creator. I help him with everything he ever needed with this channel. I get him off the ground when he was a...
I've said this before. Like, not because you help somebody means that you can deal with them any other kind of way and like they don't have feelings anymore, or you can do something wrong with them and they'll be cool with it because you helped them out in the past. That's like abusive mentality, sir. Literally. Like, what are we even talking about? Like, not because I help you means that you have to you have to suck up to me. You understand? And this is Tectone's way of thinking. Like, because I help you, you have to be a suck up to me. And if you're not a suck up to me, then I hate you. It has been the case from ever since I've noticed with Mr. Tectone.
smaller content creator. I had his back in almost every single drama he was in the right in. I had his back for every single one. Shut the up.
And I hate this about Tectone too. I hate when to give the example right here when Fab was talking about like you have to. Well, I literally just explained it. when Fab was actually talking about what he meant, and then Tectone was like taking that video and like painting it in something else, which the video is there, it's on the channel. It literally is on the channel. Like Mr. Pokke reacted to it in full. It's literally there. You can see the difference in that video. Like Tectone was trying to make it seem like Fab was talking that because he's a Hoyo shill means that you have to downgrade Honkai Star Rail's story. And when that was not what Fab said at all. And then for Tectone to come around and say that, oh, I was just having his back. You were never having his back. You are literally just giving gas to all the people that are willing to go and hate Mr. Pokke. And you know what that's going to make? That's going to justify them going in and saying that, oh, you're a Hoyo shell, so it doesn't matter. Just take 2 points off or whatever you say. All your points are invalid because you're just a Hoyo shell. And that's the frustrating part about it. And the reason why I don't like it is because, mutually speaking, Mr. Pokke is like a cool guy. Like, he does do a lot of good for the Honkai Star Rail community, really and truly. And he has a lot of brain on him, honestly. So that may be a little bit biased, I'm guessing. Do he get himself in trouble from time to time? Absolutely. Absolutely.
You are going to call me a bad friend. You can go f yourself, suck my dick, get the f out of my chat. Everybody who knows me knows that I am one of the best friends that you can have because I am there for you no matter what.
This is narcissist. This is narcissistic mentality. The mentality of thinking that I can do no wrong, all I do is help for the community, and because I do good things for you, that you have to be now loyal to me. It's narcissist.
Yeah, even after Mr. Pokke went off on me over a misunderstanding again, I'm going to pull up receipts. I'm going to pull up receipts. I'll make it very clear. I am not showing any DMs. You guys don't need to see those. It's none of y'all's business. I want to make this very clear. I tell my editors to clip this because I'm just going to be real. I make a puff piece for Mr. Pokke. I do. I absolutely made him a puff piece. I went so far to try to get people cool with this guy that I even lied to my audience saying that he was the only and he was the first person to reach out. It's not even true. That's not even true. I got reached out by tons of people. But I was desperately trying to make people understand that I like this guy, we're cool. I put up puff pieces. You guys tell me when I'm telling lies. I put out a puff piece. When he says he has an issue with my video, I delete immediately without even him asking. When I invite him to a podcast where I exclude Saint Tontas because I know he doesn't like him, even though I love Saint Tontas, right? And then I even invite him to Among Us to meet my other friends, to show a variety stream, to where hope to God we can make these things good between me and his community. But the fact is, and here's the reality, I really shouldn't have to take care of somebody this hard for them to understand what they did was wrong and when they should act. And the fact that he's kept this video up for 3 days that has done nothing but farm hate for me.
Like, bro, what do you expect? Like, Tectone is upset that the video painted him in a bad light. Who is that on? Is that on Pokke or is that on Tectone? Because Tectone was the one that decided to make the video the way he did. What do you think was gonna happen? Even if Mr. Pokke didn't react to the video, a lot of neutral people that saw the video would have realized that, oh, this video is literally not what Fab is saying. Fab is saying something completely different, and you're trying to make it look like Mr. Pokke is like Mr. Pokke, I'm gonna say this. I say the same thing for EO. Like, if keep the video up as long as you want, because your Tectone is okay, fully okay when he make other content creators look bad in his videos, but like because he looks bad in other people's content, he doesn't like that. That's not on Mr. Pokke. That's on you, Tectone, because you're the one that made that video, not Mr. Pokke. You did it. That's why it happened.
If I got to tell you everything, I don't know what you want me to say. I can't be doing this. I can't have a friend or a person in my life that's going to crash out on me this hard for me merely holding them accountable. I know it might hurt your feelings to hear that you're a hypocrite. I know that it might hurt your feelings to be called a shill. But if you don't want to be called those things, then don't act that way. I can't be held guilty when everybody else
You know what? Let me check something. Let me check something real quick. Fob. No, Fob is so hard to find. Is it Fob Master? Yeah. Let me see if I can find the actual video. Machine. Because it was very recent actually. Oh no, this is where it show off his sex style. Like, come on, bro. Okay, I'm not finding the exact video. You watched this? Oh no, I'm not interested in finding the exact video. But like in the, or if you guys have the exact video that I can react to, then sure, I will. But like in Fob's original video, he didn't paint mr.pokke as somebody that's like a whole show. Like he literally was saying because he's overly invested in whatever he plays, he'll rate it higher than what it actually is worth. That's what Fob said. And Tectone was the one who spinned the narrative to make it seem like Fob was saying that like every mr.pokke is just gonna overrate a Hoyo game because he's a Hoyo shell. When that was never what was said. And I think Mr. Tecto knows it, and this is why he delete the video. Because if he deletes the video, because the video make him look bad, and that's the issue. Like if you watch the video from unbiased perspective, you'll realize that the video does make Tecto look bad, and it doesn't fit the narrative that he's trying to push right now. Like he has done nothing wrong when he has, and that's the whole issue of the situation here. Like, bro,
Is calling you these things. And I explain why they're calling you these things, and then you make a 35-minute hit piece on me. What do you want me to say? I go behind the scenes. I tell so many CCs to back off. 6 months of my life I was doing that. And the fact that there's a narrative that I knew was going to exist before we even got that call, which was that I was gaslighting, manipulating them. I'm sorry if you were a content creator and you were making it a safe space for people to obliterate.
all right, all right. Let's say he was doing that. Why not come out with like a straightforward video and like say that, look, it's very easy to do. You don't make fun of your friends and then say you're just trying to look out for them. You go on the video, you watch Fab's video, and you say, I know there's a lot of misconception on mr.pokke to call him a Hoyo shell. But what Fab is literally saying is that he gets overly invested in the things that he play, and so he'll rate the characters or he'll rate the experience higher than what it was meant to be. If you had made the video like that and say like, guys, I know mr.pokke is viewed as like a hypocrite. And let's not even put hypocrite in it. mr.pokke is viewed as a Hoyo shell because of X, Y, and Z, but really he's not. And you can just like lay off him for a little bit because he's getting a little bit too much slack for what he's doing. Like I can understand that being a helpful video. But when you go online in a video making fun of that person, you can't come around and call that helping people. That the two of that just doesn't add up, bro. Come on.
You with falsities and crime accusations, you are just as guilty. And I'm just being real. You are just as guilty. I don't care what you say. I'm not dealing with that. And I'm going to be real going forward. When people fuck up, I'm going to talk about it. But the fact is, every single time, and I'm going to tell you guys how deep this truly goes. Every single time I talk about badly about Honkai Star Rail, I get on for attacking mr.pokke. I'm good. The retards have been allowed to live too many times. I've asked him to ban these people. I've asked him to moderate. I've asked him to just regulate this chat and regulate this community. He's never done it. I don't know what you want me to do. Straight up. I truly don't know what you want me to do. Everybody knows his chat sucks. Everybody knows he overhypes this story. Everybody knows he's a hypocrite for the things that he says, and then he does the exact opposite, right?
You know what the funny part about it? Like, mr.pokke plays Wither Ways, and he gave Wither Ways story a pretty high mark. You know, much people said that Mr. Pokke is like chilling for core games and Mr. Pokke is overrating the story and stuff like that. Zero. None. None. In fact, there will be people that is saying that he's giving it a lower rating. And it's all recency bias. It's all because like it's their favorite game. So as long as it's not their favorite game, everything that he does is gonna be invalidated because they don't like him. And that's the issue that Mr. Pokey has. And the reason why this is started is not because of any outside influence or anything like that. It was because of Mr. Pokey. It's because of Saint Tontas. They're the one that caused it because they're the one that started to spread the narrative that he's a Hoyo shell. Honestly to God. And that's just the truth of the matter. They're the ones responsible because as an influencer, it's literally in the name. You influence people to do things. And when you influence your own audience, you gaslight them up to say that, yeah, Mr. Pokey is a Hoyo shell. What do you think they're going to do? Because it's definitely coming from somewhere. Like Mr. Pokey is not getting the hate that he says he's getting from nowhere, and he's literally not getting it from his own fans because it's hard to find your fans like turn on you because of somebody else. It has to be from the community that is spreading the narrative, and that is Tectone's chat, Tectone's people, Saint Tonta's chat, Saint Tonta's people, and the two of them are one and the same, to be honest.
Just like, and I want to make a very clear point, and I want to make this very clear. I watched St. Tontas' entire video, and that also really enlightened me, because I think St. Tontas says a lot of good things sometimes. Mr. Pokke said that if I would have just DM'd him before I made the video, then we could have avoided this. And in the same vein, Mr. Pokke, if you just would have let me know that me explaining fobs in your chats and tangents bothered you, I would have just deleted it. And also, you posted a 35-minute hit piece on me. And why didn't you DM me about this? So, why are you telling me that I should have DM'd you first, but then you didn't DM me?
To be fair, it's like whenever you stream on YouTube, sometimes it gets saved. I think that's what happened. I'm not going into. I'm gonna stop doing that. Like trying to like talk on things that I'm not fully sure on. Like I don't know the reason why Mr. Pokey keep it up or not. I don't know the reason why I didn't like delete it or anything like that. But if you're like not cool with somebody and it's totally fine to keep it up to that at least you have evidence of it to show people why you came to the conclusion that you did. I think it's absolutely fair that Mr. Pokey can keep that video up to show why that happened. Because in the grand scheme of things, if Mr. Pokey delete his video and Tectone delete his video, the only thing that's gonna leave as evidence to say about the past is just how would I say it? It's just whose audience is larger and who would people believe more. And people are gonna likely believe the bigger content creator more. And that's the whole issue here.
I deleted it immediately without you having to ask, and you didn't.
I don't know, because he kind of deleted it when he was reacting to the video, which does look very weird. But
And I'm gonna be real. It's a 2-month cycle.
Crashes out on Tectone, ignores other CCs. We're all good. Yippee! New HSR update. It's the best XR patch ever. Oh my god! Other CCs talk about his opinion. Crashes out on Tectone, ignores other CCs. Son of a bitch.
It's a 2-month cycle. I don't want that anymore. I'm 31 years old. I don't need relationships that are this stressful. It's way too much. And I'm sitting there and I'm explaining to him. It's clear as day. And I don't want to call him stupid, but this English second language thing, it's only so much I want to deal with. I consider myself very easy to communicate with, very easy to explain things. But I'm releasing the constraints. I'm releasing the shackles that bind me. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I've gone out of my way and even lied on other content creators because I know they're not babies and I know they can take it, and they do, and they're like, it's just techie being techie, and then obviously I'll DM them and say this is why I did this. But in case I miss any, like for example, like it got so bad where I couldn't say anything about Pokey without his community getting felt some type of way, or even him gonna crash out on me. Why do you feel like I even talk about him? And I'm just like, you cannot be friends with me if I cannot hold you accountable, and that's just the truth. And I think everybody has realized how sensitive he is, how sensitive his community is, and I just can't deal with it anymore. Straight up, call me asshole. I don't give. I'm done. Right? I'm done. That. Don't care. Watch him. Don't give a. He's staying in Mythic Talent. Don't care. He's all right. I just cannot be responsible for that. And his community, no matter how much I do for this guy, they're convinced that I'm horrible. With the amount of times that this guy has f***ed me. When the whole Atsu drama was going on, and he took Atsu's side and then met up with the guy, and they're going to call me a piece of shit. They're going to want to beg Mr. Pokke to not interact with me. They're too stupid. I'm good. There's probably a lot of great gotcha moments that I could have done. I don't feel the need to. If it perpetuates, I will. It's underneath my mind that I am moving forward, and I no longer care. Oh, yeah, the C6 Arlecchino. Yes, I do think it was bad that there was a video that he had up for 6 days that he knew spread misinformation, and he said, it doesn't matter that I'm spreading misinformation on you. Yes, I remember, chat. That's another thing that added the straw that broke the camel's back. Mr. Pokke just made me weak. I don't like being seen in that light. But yeah, I just had a lot of sympathy for him because I know how much he looked up to me. But at a certain point, when you're that difficult to have to communicate with, I don't have this issue with anybody else. When you're that difficult to communicate with, I'm good. Even with me and Box, like me and Box are literally had the exact same relationship me and Mr. Pokke had. I have never had a problem with Box, and the one that I did, I shot him for it, and he said, oh yeah, you're right, I'm being stupid. I've never once caught him being upset or crying about it. So yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, I've already been enough by Mr. Pokke's videos and clip editors to where, you know, if I put one video justifying my cause, then great. I just don't care.
Give me a second. I think this is the video, right? Yeah, it's the same haircut. I think it is the video. Like, I hope it is. I don't necessarily want to go through my own video in order to. Okay, it is the video. Now we're gonna go through it again, and there's a reason why.
You will insinuate that I am displaying share-like behavior and that my opinions are not to be, as I was being disingenuous. Taking away from the comments, like what the comments feel and what they feel about the whole situation is the comments, right? But it's what I'm getting out of your reaction.
Mind you, let's clear the state. Let's clear the table. We're not gonna be on Mr. Pokke side. We're not gonna be on Tectone side. We're not gonna be on Fab's side. We're just gonna be listening to what the context is of what Fab was saying in the video and what Tectone was saying in the video.
Into it.
Okay, I'll rewatch my video and I'll let you know how I feel.
I mean, I feel
I'll
like...
DM you.
Okay, sure.
All right, cool.
All right. Oh boy.
Okay, let's get into it.
A funny drama that I found out the other day on Twitter, and also my Discord chat at discord.g4tectone. Link me Fob's reaction to Mr. Pokke's reaction to Story Quest. And in case you guys aren't familiar with the game, HSR just released its newest patch, version 3.3. The story about Hyacine and the fuckable cat, Cypher, I'm pretty sure. And he rated it 9.79 out of 10. The best story in Honkai Star Rail to date.
Boy, this game's getting better and better! Boy, this game's getting better! The will of humanity!
The problem with that rating is, obviously, we all know, and I'm just going to be completely honest, with Honkai Star Rail's storytelling medium, there's not really any way for it to ever break an 8, because the storytelling aspect is so bad. This rating is so vague.
Okay, so where in that part was he having Mr. Pokke's back? I'm not sure. Like, the first part of that was like saying that Honkai Star Rail story is so bad because of this, that, and the other. And this is coming from somebody that is not even playing the Honkai Star Rail story at all. Like, all the bad opinions from Honkai Star Rail stories coming from players that are not even playing the game right now. Like, it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Unless he means this is how good it was in Honkai Star Rail. The other problem that Mr. Pokke has with his ratings is the fact that he pulls these numbers out of his ass. They don't really mean anything. He doesn't really have a rating scale. If you were to challenge him to actually rate this...
So he's complaining that Mr. Pokke doesn't have a proper rating skills. Like, you have to come in at all times with like scientific proof as why you rated this 9 out of 10. Like, you have to include the story, you have to include the music, you have to include the cutscenes and everything. You have to have a detailed expression of why you rate it like that. And this is like, he's like acquainting it to the reason why it got hated, when that's not the case. If even Mr. Pokke just typed that all out, he would still have gotten hated. If Mr. Pokke just didn't type anything and just say Honkai Star Rail story was great, he would have gotten hated for it. It doesn't matter how Mr. Pokke cooked it, he was just gonna always get hate because like he have people hate watching him from Tectone's audience.
Based on the elements of what he's actually drawing this conclusion for, he wouldn't be able to do it. And I would actually encourage Mr. Pokke to actually put into words what scale he's actually rating this on, what factors he's actually considering before doing a review, because I think that's why that makes people so angry, is because he gives these quests that are either mediocre guys.
I'm just gonna watch the entire thing uninterrupted, and we'll just see what's up. Because I know for more than half the video, it was not even like about FOB.
There's no addendums. There's no nuance to this. He just says it is a 9.79 out of 10 fucking quest. And I think it's just, it's just a feels craft. You know what I mean? It's a feels craft. Like, I feel it's this way. And obviously, when you bring feelings into a logic-based argument or a more journalistic-based argument, people are going
No, not really, because you can feel that the story is good. Like it's, you don't have to use like logic and stuff like that. I don't think anybody has ever complained about, apart from me, when Saint Tonta says like every single patch story in Wuthering Waves is the best story ever. Like nobody's really complaining about that. Like if you guys want to believe that on your own game, it's like fine. Like it doesn't really bother me too much because like it's your game. You're allowed to love it or hate it how you want. And I should not be here to basically say that your experience is wrong because I don't like what you don't like. My bad, I wrote that wrong. Like I am not supposed to like what you hate, basically. That's what this argument is.
to fucking nitpick, and they're going to say that you're a fucking idiot, right? So if you were to say, here are the factors that I'm weighing, storytelling, cutscenes, plot, emotional moments, rate all those from a scale of 0 to 2.
I tell you, it will not make a difference whatsoever. Like no matter what Mr. Pokke does, like he's just gonna always get hated as long as he's talking about Honkai Star, and that is the overall issue that Mr. Pokke has.
And then lump them all together from 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, it would make people be a lot less inclined to get upset at this. This is kind of just like a pandering post, the Honkai Star Rail community. We all know this, and Mr. Pokke's always done this, and it is what it is. But
You know what the worst part is about this? This is started from Tectone and Saint Tontas, his own so-called friends that had his back. Like it was not an outside source whatsoever. It was Saint Tontas and Tectone, literally. Like,
but once again, Mr. Pokke crashes the fuck out because Mr. Pokke really just can't handle negativity so much. He gets really angry about this, and the post he makes on Twitter is a little bit it's like, come on. He says, be for real. Some of y'all behave like you're forced to hate games instead of playing them. It's embarrassing. And he starts to link some commenters that got 2 likes, 3 likes, 0 likes. This post had 0 likes when it was screenshotted. This post has 2 likes, and the last one has 3 likes. And the last one has 0 likes. And I think that when you try to set a narrative by taking the extremist behaviors as the status quo, it's always going to make people discredit your opinion a lot more. I had this issue a long time ago.
so he says that Mr. Pokke is taking the extremist mentality to Honkai Star. And you know the funny part about this? I didn't have to scroll too long in the comment section. Literally exactly what I was saying. 9 out of 10 story on Wuthering Waves rating that Mr. Pokke did. No one complained. 9 out of 10 storytelling on Honkai Star. Everybody attack him like he killed a person. Okay. So, giving a person personal rating for a game that you enjoy is somehow considered drama baiting. That's not the only person that said it. Like, literally, when it was on Wuthering side, there was no problem. But because it's on Honkai Star and it makes Honkai Star look good, it's a problem. We should deduct 2 points from his takes on Honkai Star, but like if it's Wuthering Waves, we should add 2 points. And that's the narrative that they're trying to push here. But being unbiased in the situation, I'm trying my best, but like unbiasedly speaking, I am not seeing in the video so far where Tectone is saying that he's helping him out. Like he literally just justify why people are hating him. He literally basically said it's Mr. Pokke's fault. That's what he just did because he said that it's because Mr. Pokke made that inflammatory statement and he tried to say that if he had done it this way, it would have fixed it. When the reality of it is, it wouldn't. No matter what he did, the only way he could have gotten a positive review from the community is if he said like, Honkai Star Rail sucked. Honkai Star Rail storytelling sucked. Then he would have gotten a lot of likes and a lot of praises from the Wuthering Waves community. Like,
about 3.5 years ago, and I've since grown from this. However, Mr. Pokke's now 2 years into his content creation career, and this is the path that leads you to destruction, 100%. But crashing out over a couple of 2-like comments, 3-like comments, 0-like comments. There was another content creator that ruined his career over 2 people with 2 likes, and I'll be...
nah, I don't think that. They content creators crash out a lot of the time. I saw Ethan crash out on a few comments that I made in his live stream because I was questioning him that isn't Phoebe and Zani literally restrictive, and he was like crashing out because of it, because he couldn't explain himself. Like,
real.
bro.
I think we need to not head down that direction, in which case I said that's because in the same vein that they think that, or in the same vein that you think that they're forced to hate games, that they think that you're forced to pretend that you enjoy them. It's hilarious. It really is 2 sides of the same coin. People who think that people are forced to hate, people who think that they're forced to like, and you got to understand it's just extremist behaviors. It's just extremist mentality. And unless you're doing it for content, it's just nonsensical. So I'm hoping Mr. Poke is just farming. But Fob made a comment on stream calling him out.
Okay, so at this point, right?
So then he insinuated that Fob made the comment, literally call him out. Now, let's continue to figure out what exactly Fob was calling
Exactly
Mr.
at
Pokke
4
out
minute
for.
mark. I feel like all of these just have like nothing to do with Fob.
No.
Like they were basically his opinions about like what I rated as Honkai Star Rail story, right? I think from the very start of like the first 1 minute, it already said that, you know, he would never give HSR story anything more than 7 because of the storytelling medium, right? There's too much yap and all that kind of stuff. So he would never give HSR story a more than 7 out of 10, right? And these were like that. Fob only came around here, right? And then all the getting one guy, you know, he's pandering to HSR because we already know he is, and I like.
To be fair, a long story can be good. One Piece is a long ass story. Even though the first part of it was trash, I don't watch it because like it's too much time to get invested in. But like from what I've heard from people that actually watch One Piece, I hear that it's really good, and I just have to take their word for it. Like, I cannot be the one that's not watching One Piece and come around and say that One Piece suck when I have not watched One Piece. So I think Tectone did this in the end of this video where he decided to rate Honkai Star Rail not playing the story at all. And like that is just a bad thing. Like Naruto Shippuden is Naruto series in general is one of the best animes of all times. And it's a long go. Sure there are bad filler patch, but filler I'm so used to gaming nowadays. There's so much bad filler episodes that yeah, it is what it is, and it could have been like just use the straight lores and stuff like that in the animes at the time. But like, does that mean that Naruto Shippuden is a bad anime because it's long? No. And it's the same thing with Honkai Star Rail. Not because the story is long and drawn out mean that the story is bad. And I haven't played up to that point yet. Like, I've been dropping behind because of all this drama and stuff like that that's going on. But what I have seen in the past, the Penacony story was really good. The Akron part was really good. There's a lot of nice things that happen in that story in Penacony. Yes, it's a little bit long, but the way how everything tied up, I think Penacony's story is underrated. Honestly to God, it was underrated. It was really good. So far, what I'm getting from Forest is like, it feels like a slow approach to storytelling. Like, it's not in a rush to complete everything by 2.3 or 2.4. That's how I feel like while going through the story. It seems like they want to actually like full out all of the patches with actual story progression and actual lore, and they are working to like get it tore down and stuff like that. So it's not like they're saying that, oh, this is just the way it's gonna be and they're gonna not gonna fix it. They are like listening to feedback and stuff like that.
From what I see, I just didn't get the impression that he's trying to have my back. Maybe I'm misrepresenting him, right? Maybe I don't speak English or whatever it is. But I just don't think that this video came off as like with good intentions. That's it, right? But
and I thought this shit was fucking hilarious. I'll be real, man. Mr. Pokke is always the gift that keeps giving. Somehow he always just knows what to say to piss so many people off. And I really enjoy.
And it's just fucking crazy, you know, that this can piss people off. Like really. So this is my fault that I am the guy that keeps pissing people off by saying.
And let's think about it. Why is everything that Mr. Pokke said is literally pissing people off? Maybe because there's a narrative that is spread by certain content creators that is causing Mr. Pokke to come under some unnecessary hate. I'm just saying.
Yes. No, not like Tectone, by the way, but like people that get pissed off by this. And that it is now my fault because I'm apparently rage baiting on Twitter again for saying this. Oh, you got pissed off? Oh, my bad, guys. But yeah. Oh, it is not even it.
Watching him get in drama, I'm not gonna lie. I think it is funny as.
Yo, I'm not posting this anyway, guys. I'm just gonna watch this on stream, and that's pretty much it. All right, okay, cool.
So I think he was just gonna watch it in stream, and like after what Mr. Tectone did is the reason why I just decided, like, F it, I'm gonna keep it up, because I think Mr. Pokke knows that this is the evidence that he has. So when Mr. Tectone wants to spread the narrative that he's literally just trying to help out the guy, and you have the video here which basically doesn't show it, because right now in this rare moment in this part he's literally having the piss with Mr. Pokke, literally, like he's literally making fun of the guy, and we're gonna turn around and call that helping somebody. That's very interesting.
Because somehow, no matter how many times I tell him to just simply stop posting on Twitter, and he will be the most beloved figure in the content creation space, he just doesn't know how to take his hands off the keyboard. And so Fob called him out here, and let's hear what Fob had to say.
Time for your score soon. What is this? So, Mr. Pokke.
Now, to give context, we're listening here for Fob to find out like if Fob is gonna say like he's a Hoyo shell, so we should deduct points from him.
He gave it a 9.79. So my usual consensus is remove 2 points from Mr. Pokke's score, and that's the real score.
Now, I think when other content creators have conditioned themselves.
Okay, before Tectone spread his narrative, I must save you guys. You literally said like the main contestants. I can't English. It's late at night. It's after 2. He's literally saying that just take what he says with a grain of salt, because he hasn't fully explained himself yet.
To instantly devalue your opinion and minus points because of your shill-like behavior, I think that's a very...
So, shill-like behavior. So this is Tectone trying to switch the narrative to say that what Fob is saying is like, because he's a shill, you should deduct points, which is not what he said.
Unhealthy precedent to have set for yourself that I do believe is universally in totality of the entire gotcha space. Yeah, I mean, obviously Fob says -2, I say -3. But yeah, I don't think that that's good for people, especially Fob, who's a very neutral party, or myself, who I consider myself now a very neutral party, to have the mindset of, oh,
you can't call yourself a neutral party when you literally came out and say you hated Hio because Hio made Saint Tontas look bad. And there was literally no way of saying he didn't look bad.
This person, I need to instantly devalue this person's opinion. You know what I mean? It's not really a good thing to have out here.
7.79? That seems pretty decent. 7.79? That's like about an 8. Okay. Yeah, sounds about right. That sounds pretty good. 7 at best. 7 is more accurate. It's pretty good. Well, either way, I think generally for the best accuracy for Mr. Pokke scores, you always subtract 2, and you get the real ballpark score.
Yeah, I think the best thing for Mr. Pokke going forward here is to just say, I liked the new story, it was good. Rather than giving it this arbitrary ratings that he's pulled completely out of his ass.
I understand what you're saying, Tectone, but I'm pretty certain that even if you do that, people are gonna still hate.
This has consistently got him heat on Twitter, and he has been ignited from this heat every single fucking time. But it's legit just remove the rating from your post, and you'll be good to go.
You do. Because I will say...
I'm gonna try to give Tectone some leeway and say I think maybe he is trying to help in this part of the situation by saying that he should remove the rating. But I honestly believe that it wouldn't make a difference because it's like the narrative. That's Mr. Pokke's whole issue, is that the narrative has already been set. So no matter what he says good about the game, even if he comes up with spreadsheets and actual calculations, he will still be hated. And I think that is what Mr. Pokke is really worried about.
This, from the history of me reading Mr. Pokke's story review scores.
Okay, listen to this part very carefully.
And like then playing it myself, I think Mr. Pokke gets very sucked up into emotional, like, heartstring pulling moments, and then that causes him to rate it much higher. Right?
I think Mr. Pokke is just...
Okay, so we hear that. He didn't say that he's a shill. He literally said that because he get emotionally invested in it, he will rate it higher. So it's a broad aspect. It's literally covering everything. That's literally what he just said. So let's see what happens from Mr. Tectone's side.
heavily affected by recency bias, and anything that's new, he gets heavily addicted to, and he claps like a monkey for. Yeah, hence, case in point, Epic 7, he finds a new game, he loses his fucking life to it, right? That's just how it goes.
Right?
Okay, so he agrees with it, but instead of just agreeing with it, he agrees with it and kind of shit on Mr. Pokke at the same time. And I think this is where people will find it a little bit disingenuous when Tectone says he's helping you out when he's literally just disrespecting you in the video.
100%. Second comment, I will wait for Smack or Fob or Tectone opinion on the story because they aren't shills for any company. Okay.
That's a fucking lie. They're whole universe shell. They're wooden waste shells. Like what?
And I think when other CCs like Fob, who's very neutral, he's pretty fair about a lot of things. Fob has made a lot of bad takes in his career, but he's always been called out for them, and he usually owns up to them as well. But I think it's not a good direction where when other CCs are pre-invalidating your opinion because it seems like you're a shill, and then...
So there it is again. Mr. Tectone is trying to make it seem like Fob said that he's a shill when that's literally not what Fob said. And that is the whole issue here. That Mr. Pokke was saying that Tectone was turning this issue into something that it was not. Fob has never said that Mr. Pokke is a shill. This old shill narrative is coming from Tectone.
It upsets you that people are calling you a shill, and then you call these people haters, and it's like, okay, well, obviously that's gonna, and once again, I don't care, but for a guy who says he doesn't want to cause tribalism, a lot of tribalism happens. I know Mr. Pokke has a very big ego, and he doesn't like when people invalidate his opinion, and I just wanted to provide some clarity and hopefully distinguish the flames that happen between Fob and Mr. Pokke in case he ever sees that clip, and provide a little bit of context on how to be a little bit healthier in the space for people who want to do that. Now, me personally, I'm going to go ahead and rate the story a 2 out of 10 because it sucked ass, and I don't even have to play it to know it.
And there it is, chat. He's gonna rate Honkai Star story, a story that he didn't play, that he didn't watch, a 2 out of 10. Given this is the same guy that called up Mr. Pokke for not even watching Fate and having a reaction on Fate when he didn't watch it. He's the same guy that's coming around, not even playing the story Honkai Star and wanting to give it the rating. The hypocrisy is real.
Yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yep.
And that is the video in its entirety. Now, the video shouldn't have been that long, but And I know I could have left it for you guys to like go into the other video and see it for yourself in its entirety. But I think just hitting two birds with one stone in one video is a good way, so that it's like fresh on your minds to see the difference in what Mr. Tectone said and what really happened in the video. That is the video in its entirety. And really and truly, the reason why I said it is because a few minutes after, not even 10 seconds after, the video got deleted by Tectone. And that's why I believe that Mr. Pokke keeping this up is a good thing. Because like if people want the context for it, there is a means to get the context. Because out of context, people are gonna believe Tectone because Tectone has the bigger audience, and with a bigger audience, people are gonna more likely believe him when there's no evidence on the table. The evidence is right there. Fob didn't mention it as him being a shell. In fact, Fob mentioned that it's because he get emotionally invested in anything that he plays. He end up rating it higher than it's supposed to be rated, which is a fair criticism. But oh boy, nobody invalidated Mr. Pokke when he rated Wuthering Waves Story a 9 out of 10. Nobody. But as soon as it's a game that they don't like, it's like has to be downgraded because like there's no way you enjoy the game that I hate that much. That's impossible, right? That's it. If I could rate how much of Mr. Pokke's back Tectone had in that video, I'll rate it a 2 out of 10 because 80% of the time it was a shitting on Mr. Pokke. The last 20% was his help was to literally just say that if you just said like Honkai Star Rail story was good, it would have been good. Or like if you could just write it out in details like what you do, it would have been better. And I can tell you from experience that no matter what he did, it was just always gonna be looked at in a bad light. And it is what it is. Once he's talking about Honkai Star Rail in any good manner, no matter what the context is, it was just always gonna be looked at in a bad light. And that is because of Mr. Tectone's community and because of Saint Tonta's community, which the 1 and 2 is in the same. I hope you guys enjoyed this long video again. I even put it at 1.5 speed. Was I watching this at 1? Oh fuck. That's it. I think that's as far as I'm gonna go with the Tectone and Mr. Pokke's drama. Like the evidence is literally on the table. It's up for you to decide like who was in the right here. Was Mr. Tectone actually defending Pokke and Pokke overreacted, or is Mr. Pokke justified in what the conclusion that he come to while watching his videos? What are your thoughts?